Hey friends, this is Nate Nims from Grace, and on Thursdays, while we're not able to be in touch with one another, we're talking about different spiritual practices, different ways that we as Christians can enter and contemplate our faith. And this weekend, we're going to be talking about the Lord's Prayer, so I thought I would share with you all today a prayer practice that has been meaningful and helpful in my life, so I hope it can be in yours as well. Now, most of the time we pray in words, and we think that is where the practice of prayer is found. But contemplative prayer or centering prayer is more moving for me at a time such as this. In centering prayer, we try to center ourselves. We bring to our awareness the presence of God that is already with us, and then we just sort of sit in this silence. Now, it can be difficult to sit in silence, so for me and for many others, it's helpful to have a word or a phrase that you can use so that when your thoughts come and they scatter about, you can use that word or phrase to re-center yourself and find God in the silence again. The phrase that has been meaningful to me at this moment is "you already know." When I am distracted or worried in centering prayer, I just say to myself, "You already know." There are a few passages in the New Testament where Jesus says, God already knows your worries, or that in sighs too deep for words, God is there and the Spirit intercedes on your behalf. So, here's how to practice centering prayer. Find a chair that you can sit in very comfortably. Some people sit on the floor as well, but you sit comfortably and then keep your back up straight and relax. Start to notice your body. Notice how you are feeling the position that you are sitting in. And then I like to just sort of mentally scan my body. And from the top of my head to the tips of my toes, trying to relax, to find this peaceful presence, the whole time reminding myself that God is already there. So you sit in God's presence. You bring to mind that God is already with you. You try to relax as best you can, and then you just breathe. And you breathe and you relax and you sit in the silence to not judge or defend or evaluate any of the thoughts that come to mind. You simply observe them. In centering prayer, you notice what your thoughts are, and then you let them go. You have these moments where some random thought comes to your mind, but then you recenter yourself with your word or phrase or idea, and you sit with God once more. That's how we witness to God's presence with us, and I like to do it for about 20 minutes at a time. Now, sitting in silence for 20 minutes is not natural or normal for us. It is very difficult to train your body to sit in silence without falling asleep when you do it. And that is something I have done myself. So if you ever try centering prayer and you fall asleep, that's okay. If you ever try centering prayer and all of a sudden you are distracted and you are so distracted that you can't re-center yourself, that's okay too. Centering prayer is not about the effort that you put into it. It's about finding the presence of God that is already with you, trusting that God is in this moment, and in the silence, you can witness to God's presence in your life. In the links to this, or in the comments to this video, I'll put a link to one of my favorite guiding centering prayers. It helped me get into this practice. So I hope that's helpful for you. Thanks to everybody that joined us. Good morning. Betsy and Brad and everybody else that is watching. Thank you for being with us. And every Thursday that we're going through this, we'll have another prayer practice or spiritual practice that we share with one another. But centering prayer is one that has been really helpful to me in this time of, anxiety and worry and uncertainty. We can come to God in this centering prayer and find that stillness and that spirit that is with us in the moment, and just sit, be still, and know that God is God, because God already knows, and the Spirit will intercede on our behalf. So I hope you can try centering prayer sometime this week, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. Until next time, we'll see you again, friends.